Good afternoon, Joseph. It is Monday, which is off schedule, but shut up, Facebook. Basically, I was supposed to do the cinnamon challenge today, but the video was really bad. So I might post it later. But instead, we're doing an erotic reading of Harry Potter off this restrictedsection.org website, which is bound to be fun. Ready?
Don't get a boner.
That should be the challenge. Okay. This week's challenge, don't get a boner.
Don't get a boner.
Here we go.
Hermione looked up from her arithmancy book.
Ginny, what are you doing?
Ginny didn't even glance her way.
Working on a stress relief potion,
she answered.
I know midterms are a week away, but you need to relax.
The older girl smiled and put down her book.
Maybe you're right.
After all, it's just midterms,
she said, walking over to her friend. Ginny handed Hermione a cup of the sweet-smelling pink potion. She smiled and said,
We'll both take it. That way we can judge the effects better.
Bottoms up,
Hermione replied, grinning. They drank and set their cups on the table.
Now what?
Ginny asked, then gasped.
Oh my!
Hermione said breathlessly. Both girls felt a rush of heat through their bodies.
Ginny, who gave you this recipe?
She asked, turning to the window. The redhead was breathing quite hard by then.
Lavender,
She managed to say.
Why?
Because this isn't some stress relief potion. It's an aphrodisiac, and a quite potent one at that.
Hermione turned back around and found Ginny straddling the arm of a chair, rocking back and forth and moaning softly.
Hermione, what's happening to me?
She swallowed hard. The sight of her friend riding the chair was quickly making her moist between the legs.
Oh, we've got to control ourselves,
she whispered softly. Ginny jumped up suddenly and ran upstairs. Hermione turned back to the window and tried to compose herself. She was so distracted that she didn't hear the 2 pairs of footsteps enter the otherwise deserted common room. She froze when she heard a male voice ask,
Hey, what's this?
Hermione turned around just in time to see Harry and Seamus draining what was left in the cups.
Oh no,
she muttered under her breath.
Wow,
Harry said.
Yeah,
Seamus replied. Ginny chose that moment to come tearing down the stairs. She skidded to a stop when she saw the look Seamus was giving her. He walked over and pulled her close to him.
Ginny, I don't know what this stuff is, but I'm going to have my way with you now.
He began kissing her neck while his hand kneaded her breast. She ground her hips against him uncontrollably. Harry turned to Hermione, a hungry look in his eyes.
What he said,
muttered Harry. Within minutes, the 4 of them were naked, and Ginny and Hermione each had a cock in their mouths.
Okay,
Harry said.
I've never seen 2 girls kiss before. Do it.
He grabbed a fistful of each girl's hair and forced their faces together.
As for you,
Harry pushed Seamus to his knees.
Ginny's pussy needs to be a little wetter, don't you think? I quite agree,
Seamus replied. Since the girls were lying down, he easily maneuvered his mouth over her clit. He sucked on it, making her moan into Hermione's mouth. Seamus flicked his tongue back and forth while he slid a long finger into her sheath. Ginny writhed with pleasure as Hermione began to suckle her breasts. Harry repositioned Hermione until her clit was directly over Ginny's face.
Lick it,
he commanded the redhead. Ginny's tongue darted out, tasting the juices that were already flowing out of the girl's slit.
Oh my,
Ginny whispered.
I never thought a pussy would taste so good.
Hermione smiled as he watched the spectacle before him. Now it was his turn. He took Seamus's hand away from Ginny's cunt.
Let me feel that.
He slid a finger into her, getting it wet with her cream. He allowed his friend to return to the pleasurable activity.
Seamus,
he said,
I'm going to try something.
Harry eased his wet finger into the other boy's asshole. Where am I? Oh, kneading the firm ass that went with it. He felt Seamus tense as he began to insert his cock into the virgin orifice.
Relax,
Harry murmured softly. Seamus did as he was told, and Harry started slowly pumping away. Hermione turned her body around so that she could play with Ginny's ample breasts. She suckled one nipple while rolling the other into a tight little nubbin with her fingers. Just then...
Turn it back.
I got it.
Yeah.
Lavender came rushing into the common room, calling out,
Jenny, don't make that potion up on its own!
She skidded to a stop as she surveyed the scene before her.
Oh my!
Hermione whipped out his wand and worked a quick memory charm. Harry whipped out his wand and worked a quick memory charm on Lavender, never once losing his stride.
Now go to your room.
That was Harry.
Oh no, now go to your room.
She did as she was told.
Where was that hidden?
Hermione thought.
Stop!
Ginny managed to whisper.
I want you to.
She faded off.
I don't know how to say it.
Harry pulled away from Seamus and knelt by the redhead.
Do you want Seamus to fuck you now?
He asked. Ginny nodded.
Then by all means, take her now!
Seamus lowered himself onto her and let his dick find its way into her tight pussy. She moaned with delight. Hermione turned to Harry.
What about me?
She pouted. He grinned wickedly.
You're mine.
He threw her face onto the floor and began fucking her so hard she was soon panting and moaning loudly.
Silencio.
Harry whispered, and not another sound was heard as the four of them climbed to the peak of ecstasy together. Later, Hermione whispered,
I didn't know the boy who lived could be so demanding. Dominating.
She shrugged as he scratched his head.
An allergic reaction, maybe?
Ginny giggled.
The next time someone recommends a potion, remind me just to hand it to Fred and George.
Seamus smiled wistfully.
That could be interesting.
I hope you enjoyed that, Joseph, as much as we did.
We enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it a lot. I will see you on Saturday.
Wait, does this mean he has to do it too?
Joseph, read Harry Potter erotica next time. That's your challenge. Done. Video made. That's how you make a video.
That's gonna be awkward.
Done. Boo!